You're making money, but it's not sticking around, huh? Bills, random stuff, weird delays like it just slips. If you're carrying an Obsidian Pixiu keychain and still feel like money's leaking out, it might not be helping at all. Not unless you're using it right. I used to carry mine everywhere. Grocery run? It's with me. Gas station? Still there. Because hey, it's supposed to keep money close, right? But weeks went by, and nothing changed. Actually, things felt heavier. More bills. More weird vibes. Like, I had a charm, but not the flow. If you've ever bought a Feng Shui keychain, maybe at a fair, online, or as a gift, just cause someone said it brings wealth, you're not alone. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Some charms need care. Some need rules. And Obsidian Pixiu? It's one of them. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 simple things that might be blocking your Pixiu's energy, and tiny fixes to help it actually protect your money, not just hang there looking cute. And hey, while you're here, if you've ever used a Feng Shui charm and felt like it didn't really do much, drop it in the comments. I want to know I'm not the only one. And if this kind of stuff speaks to you, simple energy shifts, small fixes that actually help, hit like, maybe subscribe, pause this video. It's part of a whole playlist. I've covered other charms too, Tiger's Eye, Quartz, even the classic Pixiu. You'll find links at the end. Stay with me. You carry it to keep wealth close, but it might be pointing it away. Most people, and I've done this too, just clip the Pixiu keychain wherever it looks cute. Bag zipper, clip it. Car mirror, hang it. Keyring, whatever works. But here's the thing. In Feng Shui, direction matters. Pixiu isn't just decoration, it's an energy creature. The head pulls wealth in, so wherever its face is pointing, that's where the energy's going. Now, think about this. If your Pixiu is hanging off your purse, head turned out, where's it sending your wealth? Away from you. On your rearview mirror, but facing the windshield? It's throwing energy out the front. So the more you carry it that way, the more it quietly undoes the thing it's meant to do. Not because it's broken, but because it's following your setup. And you might not notice it right away, but you'll feel it. Money feels unstable. You earn, but it slips. Random expenses show up. It's like trying to carry water with a crack in the bucket. So how do we fix that? Super simple. Just flip it. Make sure your Pixiu's head faces inward. That means towards you, not away from you. Think of it like this. You want it bringing in, not leaking out. If it's on your purse, hook it so the head points toward the zipper, not the outside world. If it's on your car mirror, let it face you, not the windshield. On your keychain, clip it where the head leans toward your hand or your pocket. You're basically telling the charm, hey, protect my space, hold energy here. That tiny shift, just flipping the direction, is like turning a fan around. Instead of blowing air out, it starts blowing it in. And once you set it right, it can finally start doing its job, pulling wealth energy toward you, instead of accidentally tossing it out the door. I didn't believe it either at first. I had mine clipped on my tote, hanging real nice, head turned out like it's guarding the street. Looked good, felt powerful. But that month, my car broke down. My rent was late. I even lost a client out of nowhere. It just felt like things were leaking. A friend who's deep into Feng Shui looked at it and went, why is your Pixiu facing away from you? I laughed. But that night, I flipped it. Let the head face in toward my wallet. No joke, within 10 days, one of my old invoices got paid out of the blue. Not magic, just alignment. That's when it clicked. It's not about lucky charm. It's about intention plus energy plus setup. And sometimes, that starts with something as tiny as the direction of a keychain. Once you change that, things may not magically double overnight, but the leaks slow down. You'll notice you're not scrambling as much. It feels steadier, like money actually wants to stay with you. Chi doesn't flow where you point it away. That's just one small shift. But what if I told you most people never activate their charm at all? That's next. You wouldn't leave your phone unplugged and expect it to work. So why expect your Obsidian Pixiu to protect you if you never charge it? Let me ask you something real quick. If you had a security camera at your front door, but you never turned it on, would you still feel protected? That's kinda what most people do with their Obsidian Pixiu. They buy it, clip it on their bag or keychain, and that's it. No intention, no check-in, no activation. I get it, we assume charms just work. Like, the energy's already built in, right? But Feng Shui doesn't work that way, especially not with a tool like this. Obsidian is a powerful energy stone, yes, but it's also a passive receiver, meaning it listens, it absorbs, it waits for instruction. And Pixiu? It's a guardian, but a guardian that doesn't know what to protect won't protect much. Think about it like this. You leave the house, you're around people, money moves, conversations happen. Stress comes and goes. You want your charm to act like a little shield, right? But if you haven't even acknowledged it today, haven't told it what it's guarding, then it's like a dog that's asleep in the yard. Not dangerous, just not doing anything. So when people say, I wear it, but I don't feel anything, or it's cute, but I don't think it works, that's often the reason. The energy's not broken. It's just untouched. When you don't wake it up, your Pixiu goes passive. You might start feeling like you're dragging through the week. Not protected. Not supported. Money flows in, but there's no guard at the gate. Worse, you might even absorb other people's stress without realizing, because nothing's filtering for you. So how do you wake it up? It's actually super simple. No candles, no weird chants, no crystals under your pillow. Just intention, plus a moment of presence. Here's what I started doing. Before I leave the house, or even just before starting my day, I take a second to hold the charm in my hand. Doesn't matter where. It's clipped, keychain, bag, dashboard. I just bring my attention to it. Then I whisper softly, like I'm talking to someone I trust. Guard my energy. Guard my money. I trust you. That's it. You can say your own words. Some folks say stuff like, keep distractions away. Protect what I earn. Keep things flowing clear today. It doesn't have to be poetic. It just has to be yours. What matters is, for those few seconds, you're not on autopilot. You're choosing what kind of energy your day gets to carry. And you're giving the charm a job. Think of it like hiring a bodyguard. But if you never tell them what to watch for, they'll just stand around picking their nails. This tiny ritual, 10 seconds max, helps you anchor your intention and wake up the charm's role. And over time, that adds up to big shifts. I used to just grab my keys and go. Rushed mornings, coffee half finished, thinking about bills, errands, inbox. My Obsidian Pixiu was there the whole time, but I never talked to it, never even looked at it. It was just part of the keychain noise. Then one morning, after reading something about intention-based energy, I paused. I held it for maybe 5 seconds and whispered, Guard my energy. Guard my money. I trust you. Honestly, I felt kinda weird. Like, am I talking to a rock? But that day, I felt more grounded. My energy didn't scatter as much. I made clearer choices, spent less impulsively, and weirdly found a 20 in an old coat pocket. Coincidence? Maybe. But the point is, I showed up different, and maybe that's all it needed. After I started doing this, I felt less scattered, less drained after errands. Unexpected costs, fewer. Like something small but steady was holding the line for me. And you know what? It wasn't about luck. It was about connection. Energy tools don't work on silence. They respond to presence. But even when you're connected, there's one more thing we all forget. Cleaning up the weight it carries. That's next. Your charm protects you from bad energy. But who's protecting it? Here's the part most people don't think about. You wear your Obsidian Pixiu every day to work, to the store, in traffic, at meetings. And all that time, it's soaking in energy for you. It's like a silent bodyguard always catching the stuff you don't see. People's bad moods, tension in crowded places, even your own stress on rough days. Obsidian holds that. That's what it's designed for. But what happens when you never clear it? Imagine using the same towel over and over after your gym session and never washing it. At first, it still kinda works. But over time, it starts to smell. It gets heavy. It stops being helpful. Same with your charm. Obsidian doesn't reset itself. If you never clean it, it keeps holding on to the mess. And eventually, it can't protect anything because it's already full. Worse, it starts reflecting that old energy back into your space. So now, instead of guarding you, it's quietly adding weight. Emotionally, mentally, financially. You might feel stuck for no clear reason. Like you're carrying something invisible, and you kinda are. That's when you start to notice things like you're more tired than usual. You feel off in places that didn't used to bother you. Money feels stuck like you're hustling, but nothing's moving. It's not in your head. It's your charm holding on to old gunk. So let's clean it simple, no fuss, just like you'd clean your glasses or your phone screen. Here's what I do, and you can copy this straight up. Step 1. Wipe it weekly. Pick a soft cloth, doesn't need to be fancy. Every Friday morning, that's a metal day in Feng Shui, good for clearing. Take a moment to gently wipe the surface of your Obsidian Pixiu. While you do it, don't scroll your phone. Just be present. You can even say something like, "Clear out the weight, let's start fresh." That's your weekly reset. Step 2. Deep clean monthly. Once a month, place it next to a bowl of plain white salt or coarse sea salt. Not inside the bowl, just next to it. Leave it overnight. Salt absorbs stagnant energy, the same way it pulls moisture from the air. Prefer light instead of salt? Cool, just use early morning sunlight. Let your charm sit where it catches that soft light for 10-15 minutes. Just avoid harsh midday sun. It's too much heat for obsidian, which can crack if it's natural and untreated. This isn't about rituals or superstition. It's like shaking out a dusty rug. You don't need to believe in dust for it to build up. Energy works the same way. I didn't even know I was supposed to clean it. I wore my Obsidian Pixiu everywhere. Meetings, errands, even the DMV. I thought I was protected, you know. But after a few weeks, I started feeling off. Like something heavy just followed me around. Nothing big, just a low buzz of stuck energy. bills piling up, small mistakes, tired for no reason. Then one night, I saw a post online about energy buildup in crystals. I figured, what the heck, grab some salt from the kitchen, put it next to the charm overnight. I didn't expect much, but the next morning, I picked it up and it felt different, like lighter, like it could breathe again. And weirdly enough, I felt lighter too. That week, a refund I forgot about came through. My mood lifted. I got stuff done, without dragging. Was it magic? Number. It was maintenance. We shower. We wash dishes. Your charm? It deserves the same respect. After the first salt cleanse, I swear, I held it and it felt lighter. Not in weight, but in feel. Like it could breathe again. And that week, I felt clearer, less scattered. Even small wins like refund checks. Faster invoice replies just landed smoother. Energy flows better when what's holding it isn't clogged. What protects you also needs protection, but even a clean charm can fall flat if it's built wrong from the start. Let's talk about that next. Your charm follows you everywhere, but some places, it picks up more than you bargained for. Let's be real, life doesn't happen in perfect spaces. Most of us don't think about it, but our keychains go everywhere with us. And that includes places with heavy energy. Maybe you went to a hospital to visit someone, or had to drop by a funeral. Maybe you just sat through a super tense work meeting, or a house that felt weird the second you walked in. You probably didn't notice anything right away. You were just being present, doing what you had to do. But guess what else was there? Your Obsidian Pixiu. This stone doesn't have an off switch. It absorbs everything, which is great. That's what we want it to do. The problem? It keeps what it catches unless you tell it to let go. So when you walk back out of those heavy places, the room shifts, but your charm doesn't. It's still holding that tension, that grief, that fear, and now it's riding around with you. Ever felt this? You go to a hospital, visit someone, and for the rest of the day, you feel drained. You snap easier, sleep weird, and things, especially money stuff, start to feel heavy again. That's your charm, weighed down by what it tried to protect you from. Alright, so you've just come back from a hospital visit, or a tense family gathering, or somewhere that just felt off. First thing, don't panic. You don't need gongs or sage, or a rooftop under full moon. All your Pixiu really needs is a reset. And you've got options easy, normal person kind of options. Option 1, Salt Cleanse. Place your Obsidian Pixiu next to a bowl of plain white salt or sea salt. Not inside it, just beside it. Leave it overnight. Salt has this natural ability to draw out stagnant, heavy energy. Think of it like a deep breath for your charm. Option 2, Sunlight Recharge. Early morning sunlight, 10 to 15 minutes. Not that harsh 1 p.m. sun that can overheat and damage the stone. Just soft, low, golden light. Let it sit on a windowsill or anywhere light hits gently. This helps shake off the leftover weight it's been holding. Option 3, Quick Reset on the go. You're still out feeling weird and don't have salt or sunlight? No problem. Just hold the charm in your hand. Take a slow, grounded breath and whisper to it, let go of what's not mine. Reset. Sounds simple, but that intention, it cuts through a lot of noise. The real point is, don't just assume your charm's fine because you left the bad vibe behind. Energy clings. And what clings to your Pixiu clings to your wallet, your thoughts, your mood. This fix, It's you saying, "Thanks for holding that. Now, let's clear it out." There was this one time I brought my Pixiu with me to a funeral. I didn't think twice. It was just on my bag, like always. The day went how you'd expect. Quiet, emotional, a lot of unspoken heaviness in the room. But what hit me wasn't at the funeral. It was later. That night, I couldn't sleep. My chest felt tight. My mind kept circling the same stressed out thoughts. And the next morning, I woke up feeling like I hadn't rested at all. I didn't connect the dots, not at first. But then I remembered something someone told me. Even protectors get weighed down. So I tried something simple. I grabbed a little bowl of salt, put my Pixiu next to it, and just said, "You can let it go now. Thank you." Next morning, different energy. Not dramatic, just clearer, quieter, like I could breathe again. It wasn't about fixing the world. It was about letting my charm do its job, without dragging yesterday's weight into today. The first time I tried this after a tense meeting, I didn't expect much. But that evening, I felt calmer. My head was clear. The weird heaviness was just gone. And the next day, I landed a sale I'd been chasing for 2 weeks. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe it was me, finally working with the energy instead of against it. What protects must also be protected. But even if you cleanse it perfectly, there's one mistake that ruins it all from the start. Picking the wrong one. Not all black stones are obsidian, and not all Pixiu charms are meant for you. Let's be honest, most of us buy Feng Shui charms online these days. A friend recommends it. A TikTok video says, "This will attract money." You scroll, you see something black and shiny. It's labeled Obsidian Pixiu. It's $10, done. But here's the thing. Not every black stone is obsidian. And not every charm carved like a Pixiu is actually aligned with you. There are fakes, plastic or glass, made to look dark and glossy. There are mass-produced pieces with no energy programmed into them. And then there are ones that are real stone, but the carving, the size, or even the string color clashes with your element. For example, if you're naturally sensitive to energy, a water-type person, say, and you wear a thick, heavy piece designed for a fire type, it can feel overwhelming, draining, off. And when something's off energetically, your body knows before your brain does. You forget to wear it, or you keep reaching for it but feel nothing. Or worse, it just becomes a thing on your bag. Zero connection. That disconnect? That's not your fault. You weren't taught how to choose right. But now, you know better. And when that happens, it feels like you're forcing it. You wear it, but you forget it's even there. No trust, no bond, no shift in money flow. It's like trying to tune into a radio station with the wrong frequency. So what do you do if the one you bought doesn't feel right? If it's just there but not doing much? Here's how to find the kind that actually works with your energy, not just looks good in your hand. Step 1. Check the material. Real obsidian has a certain weight to it, cool to the touch, slightly heavy, not hollow. If you tap it gently on a table, it sounds solid, not plasticky. And when you hold it under soft light, it's not shiny like polished plastic. It has a quiet, glassy depth. Trust your senses. If it feels light, fake, or too perfect, it probably is. Step 2. Match it to your energy. You don't need a full birth chart for this. Just tune into how you feel when you wear it. If you're a calmer, more introverted type, or you tend to take on others' emotions, go for a simple, sleek Pixiu. No flashy beads. Keep it grounded. If you're bold, action-oriented, or tend to move fast, a Pixiu with a red string, a bit of gold, or metal detail might help channel that fire more clearly. Bottom line, if it feels off, it probably is. If you feel settled when you wear it, you've found your match. Step 3. Claim it. Before you start wearing it again or for the first time, hold it in your palm, close your eyes, and say clearly, I welcome flow. I welcome focus. Guard what I build. This tiny moment, just 10 seconds, signals your energy is ready to connect. And that's when the charm stops being decoration and starts being yours. I remember buying my first Obsidian Pixiu off some random online shop. It was $10. Looked cool. Glossy black, shiny eyes. I was like, yeah, that'll fix my finances. For weeks, I wore it everywhere. Nothing changed. No energy shift. No sense of protection. No connection. It was just there. Then one day, I saw a friend's Pixiu. Same concept, but hers felt different. It wasn't flashy. The stone looked deeper, less polished, more real. And she trusted it. You could feel it. That's when I started wondering if mine was even real. So I checked, tapped it, weighed it, even Googled how to tell fake obsidian. Yep, mine, probably glass. So I tossed it. Took my time finding one that felt right. Held a few, waited for the one that felt grounded. When I found it, it was quiet. Not magical, not flashy, just right. And that, more than anything, made all the difference. Sometimes energy isn't about the object. It's about how true it feels when you wear it. Once you align the material, the style, and your energy, something clicks. You feel drawn to the charm. You remember to hold it. You feel protected without even trying. And from there, money starts flowing a little smoother. Not magic, just alignment. Luck flows best when it's matched to your energy. So now that you've fixed the flow, let's bring it all together with 3 small actions you can take today. All right, you've made it through 5 big shifts. And maybe now your charm finally makes sense. But before we go, here's your reset. 3 tiny things you can do today to start clearing the path for wealth energy to flow again. 1. Flip the direction. Look at where your Obsidian Pixiu is facing right now. Make sure its head is turned inward toward your body, your wallet, your space. Wealth doesn't stick when it's being pushed away. 2. Clean the weight. Pick one day this week, Friday's great, and give your charm a light cleanse. Salt, soft sunlight, even just your breath and intention. Release what it's been carrying. 3. Speak to it. Tomorrow morning, before life gets loud, hold your charm, breathe, and whisper. Guard what I grow, flow where I focus. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be present. These aren't magic tricks. They're alignment checks. And sometimes, that's what money needs most. Not more effort, but more clarity. So tell me, what charm do you carry with you? Drop it in the comments. Maybe it's obsidian. Maybe it's something passed down. Maybe it's just a rock that feels right. I'd love to hear your story. And if this video helped you see things a little differently, go ahead and tap like. Subscribe if you want more small shifts that move big energy. Because next time, we're talking about a charm that looks simple, just a round coin. 3 tied together, but when you place it in the wrong spot, it can block wealth like a wall. You don't want to miss that one.